Kiss your wife. Keep it simple, stupid. Kiss your wife. Okay? I want there to be no confusion whatsoever on what the objective here of this training is for you, pertaining to you establishing excellence within your house. I truly believe that a strong house only occurs when mama and papa are operating as a seamless team, a team in love, in obedience to papa. As a team, see the whiteboard here? That means you and her have no daylight between you. You are of one flesh. This means you're treating your Eve with perfection insofar as much as possible. Now, if you are emoting saying, Rex, nobody can be perfect, that's not... Shut up and listen. I want you to aim for perfection with Eve. After turning off this video for 3 hours, minimum, all of you, I don't care who you are, what you're doing, will treat your wife with perfection as your target. Love her as you love yourself, but beyond that. Okay? Perfection. Appreciate her. Let her know. Be considerate. Think of what her love language is. Don't exit your lane as the father. Okay? Don't have her hand over the keys to dad's tasks. Execute perfection as the king of the house towards the queen. You need to appreciate your wife. And you need to communicate that with whatever you need to do. So for 3 hours, you'll execute perfection with Eve. That will solidify you as a team. Doing it within your proper lane. Demonstrating what it looks like when a strong man, who's the father of the house and does take charge, will die for his wife if there's danger and take care of her like the queen she is. Okay, so with that attitude, knowing that you are the representative of God to your wife, and that your marriage is a model of the relationship we're supposed to aim for with perfection with him in some point, I want you to approach this with a sacred sense of duty and responsibility. So you don't need to make her turn off all her shit, all her rectangles. But I would strongly recommend, once this video's over, to turn off your shit. Turn off your distractions. You don't need to swipe her cell phone out of her hand. You turn off your shit so that you can focus on that. Right there. She should have no doubt that you are the most kick-ass father that ever lived, that she could have been gifted by God to have, that you love her, and that you are communicating that with the fullness of everything she married you for. Roger that? Now you have a team. Okay? And the love part, right? I want you guys to understand that you as a team need to love God. This part might come later. Okay? But if I know that there's a lot of guys I've been talking to lately are running into some stumbling blocks and roadblocks in trying to be a leader in the house in regards to like some hard decisions. You know, there are things that God has standards on that we don't like to do and that Babylon hates. And it's hard sometimes to assist our family and those we love with the reprogramming process of onboarding God's love. Most people, frankly, never really heard what God's love is, because he defines what love means to him in his word. Most of us have never read his definition standards of love. We've been trained, unfortunately, by the world, including even some churches, that we discard his definition of love because that's bad. That's why most people are unfamiliar with the biblical definition of love in the Bible as pertaining to God. So you as a team have to come together in love as a team to both of you humbly discover what love means, not only for both of you, but once this team is fully established by you executing consistently this Eve perfection exercise, and you understand that love is the goal, okay, and that this model of love is the same thing we're supposed to have with obedience to him, okay, now you'll have that rapport, you'll have the connection, you'll have the small typological model between you two of what love means, okay? You're simply going to find out what he said love means. That means what he told us about his standards. Keeping his standards, right? As he wrote down. If you love me, keep my commandments, is what he said. It's not like the husband has his set of standards and he's enforcing it on the household. It's not his commandments. And it's not her commandments versus his commandments. If that's the language we're using, that identifies maybe a little bit of something to work on. You both have to be in union to agree that we need to love God according to his standards. Not your standards versus her standards. They're not when I am talking about God's standards, I did not invent this. This is not Rex's idea, and this is not your idea either as a father. This is what he defined love is to him. Okay? But this can only be revealed when the team operating in love with each other is in unison to discover what love is to God and then be obedient to him.